3, 2, 1, action. And it is not 7 o'clock anymore, is it, Cheryl?
No,
oh, no,
we're early. We're early.
That must be wrong. Oh, my God, we're so excited. Okay, we're going to go early, Cheryl, because I
Yes.
can't turn it off and do it again. All right, so
No.
welcome to Stitch Break for
November.
It's crazy. Has years just gone?
Crazy.
All right, now, Shez, let's recap last month's Stitch Break.
Yes.
So apparently there was no dramas with downloading it this time. Everyone seemed to get a handle on it. So
Yeah.
you can still go back and buy the pattern for... It's the pattern pieces.
That's the pattern pieces, yes.
So for $5 you get the pattern pieces on how to do this and the requirements for how much you need.
Yes.
And then the video is freebie on how to do it.
Yes.
And then you can go and make this. But we've made 3 things in this Christmas feel, right?
Yes,
This Christmas...
for the Christmas table.
Yep.
The festive table.
Festive table. So this was last month's.
Yes.
We're going to just chuck that over here. Whoa. I'll be a terrible spy, Cheryl. Can you imagine me as a spy? Okay, anyway, so now this is November's Stitch Break, and what have you got there for us, Shez? Ta-da! Oh, it's a cutlery holder.
Yes.
I mean, it's a cutlery holder. I went a bit high there. So it matches
Yeah.
the thing.
So
Let's
it
have a look.
So it sits on your table like so.
Oh, that is so... That's the bomb, Shez. That's so cool. What's that in your cutlery holder, Cheryl? What's that behind there?
Cutlery?
Yeah, and what is that behind? What's in there? What could that be? I don't... Oh, looks promising. Oh! I just want to say, Cheryl, that I went to put Henry Cavill in all the way down, but his muscles were so big I couldn't get him in the rest of the tree.
So let me show you how to do this. You put your cutlery over
That's
there.
right. Just chuck your cutlery there, and then you
And
just
then
pop
that.
your Henry on your Christmas. Happy Christmas!
There you go.
Honestly, if Henry's people ring me up and say I have to cease and desist, I was so excited. All right, so Henry, pop him over here. Pop him in the tree. There
Yes.
you go. There you go, Henry. Okay.
So
I'll have to take it out because it'll be like breach of copyright or something, and we're going to use the video. Okay, let's go.
So we
Go.
designed that to put your cutlery in, but you could also...
Stop. Hannah asked, I feel so young, who is that? Hannah, it's Superman.
You know Superman?
Just Google
Yeah,
it. Just Google it, thank me later. Okay, let's go.
Right.
What you doing, Shez?
Am I in camera?
Yes, you are. You're always in camera.
What a nice gift bag.
Oh, you can put, like, what's that? What's that you got in there, Cheryl?
A gift voucher.
A gift voucher from Mike's
Mike's
Sewing
Sewing
Machine
Machines.
Repairs. What an awesome Christmas
I know.
present idea.
I know. It's so good. It was my favourite present.
Oh, I should
or
print
ca-
some more because it'll be a big rush tomorrow
There
now.
will, because it's a good idea.
Yes, yes. And, you know, you can use that voucher for classes or machine repairs or anything like that.
And you don't have to use
Or
it all
Habby,
at once.
all the cool stuff in the shop.
All their
Oh,
bond stuff.
it was such a mess in the shop.
You
should
don't
have-
do that.
Oh, we had a busy day
Oh,
today.
you were fast.
Oh.
Candy canes.
Candy,
Or-
candy canes would be cool. Yep. I like that idea.
Yes.
I just like it's such a cool thing. And you know, I wonder if you could change that technique and do like a love heart or something and use the same.
Oh,
technique.
Valentine's
Yeah.
gift voucher.
You know, for when we make that beautiful dinner for our husbands for Valentine's. Alrighty, okay, so let's go.
That's just nonsense, Penny.
people are going to
Nonsense.
tune out because they'll be like mortified by our
Okay.
immature behaviour. Okay, let's go.
So talking about the $5,
Yes.
this is the pattern piece that you get.
Mm-hmm.
This one is cutting out the main fabric,
Yep,
and that's on the fold.
right.
So you end up with a piece.
Which is what this symbol means. If you see whoop, that, it means on the fold, right?
So you
Oh,
get
that's
two
long,
pieces of
jeez.
fabric like that.
Yep.
That's got the markings.
Oh,
on it.
hang on, wait. Is it on both sides?
2 pieces of fabric.
Oh,
Cut 2.
cut 2.
So it
Right.
says that.
I was looking at Henry. I got distracted.
Yes. Now, and I also says.
Do you want to just
I
start
also
again?
said, yeah, I think so.
Right, go.
Cut 1 of the web bond. But let me just explain a little bit about web bond first of
Right.
all. Okay, is that in camera?
Yep,
Turn that over.
yep.
Web bond is this wide, and the fabric's that wide, so that's more than half.
Right.
So if you did 1 piece of web bond, you have all of that left over.
Yep.
So that's a little bit wasteful.
Right.
And everybody knows I'm not very wasteful.
No, she's so frugal. It drives me crazy.
Do you know Deirdre rolled her eyes at me the other day because I was being
You've got a DGI roll. That's crazy for frugal. All right, keep going. Yes. So,
I thought she just looked like Penny there for a minute. So what I've done, now, what you've got here is 2 pieces of fabric that we're going to fuse together See, that's double-sided.
Yep.
I've already done it.
So the two separate bits that shape, but you have somehow stuck them together.
Yes.
Right.
So then what we're going to do is cut the web bond, and it's marked in the pattern.
Yep.
Like that.
Right.
And then cut another piece like that.
Right.
So it's got that little join in the middle, which is fine.
Yep.
So that way you only need that much web bond.
So double whatever. Yep.
Yeah, instead of that. So 14 inches.
Let's explain web bond for a second.
Yes.
So this guy here. So you guys have heard Vlisafix, right? Vlisafix. Hannah, funnily enough, we do sell web bond. Crazy that we should mention that. But yes, we do. So if you have a look, it is just basically glue. It's
Yeah,
fabric
it
glue
is,
that's
yeah.
just squished out real flat and smeared over some backing paper, and then you iron it and it sticks to your fabric and it transfers from the paper to the fabric, and then you can use that to glue the two bits of fabric together, and you use it for applique and machine embroidery products and even mending, patching and things like that. But essentially it's like, technical name is like fusible web, is like, it's like, that's what the, like a
that's
generic
what it
name.
is.
But
Yes.
web bond is different to Vlisafix because it's a little bit stronger. It's a little bit thicker.
Stronger glue.
Yeah, and so I use it for scan and cut stuff all the time.
Yes.
So if you've got to scan and cut, use web bond. But we sell Vlisafix and web bond. Someone asked if it's the same as heat and bond. Yes, heat and bond is real lightweight stuff. But yes, it is the same as heat and bond,
And if you...
which I think I sell too.
You
Does
could...
that say steamer seam or heat or bond without my glasses?
that one's steamer seam.
Okay, yeah. But there's all sorts of ones the same
Yeah,
thing.
they're all the same, just different
Yep.
brands. So can you use Vlisafix? Yes, you can.
Yep.
But the web bond frays less. So the
Yeah, so
fabric
you don't have
will fray
to-
less with the web
That's
bond.
right, because Vlisafix will sort of not hold the edges so well.
It's a very lightweight
Yep.
hold.
Yep, groovy.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All
Okay.
right.
So iron your paper.
It's on fire tonight, Cheryl.
I hope this is okay that I've done it already and just explaining it.
Honestly, rather than me
doing-
showing you by the ceiling while I'm trying to set the iron up, that is fine, Cheryl. All right.
So you put your paper on the wrong side of the fabric.
Yep.
Don't be misled because I've got it on the right side. And iron that. And then put the other piece on and iron that.
Yep.
Now iron it very, very well. I like to...
Like a hot
actually-
iron.
hot
Use a
iron.
hot iron. Iron through the paper.
You can iron through the paper, but I prefer to turn it over.
And iron through the fabric.
Through the fabric, yes. And make sure it's stuck very well.
Well, pro tip, I tend to like to let it cool before I peel the paper off, and that way the glue... Did I just
Penny,
speak you to
I was
it?
just going to say that.
Snap.
So let it
Jinx.
cool.
No, don't jinx, because you've got to talk. I've got to do everything. But yes, if you don't, it'll come back with the paper and won't stick. So you got to let the glue
Yeah.
soak into the fabric.
Yeah, so good iron and let it soak in because otherwise it all sort of tears up. And I had that experience and I just squished it all back together again.
Yeah, emergency patch up. So Hannah's asking, she's all questions tonight. She can't stop
is.
thinking about Henry Cavill, and now she's all populated.
Did she Google him?
Did you Google him, Hannah?
No,
so,
no,
no,
'cause she's
don't.
watching.
Stay watching. Sorry, is this to make it stiffer and stronger or to hold it together? It's primarily to hold it together, but the nature of web bond, because the glue is a bit thicker, is it does make it that little bit stiffer, yeah?
That's correct.
Yep.
And we do need it stiffer.
Yep. Pardon?
Moving right along. Now, you're sitting on them.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right. That's very immature. No, go.
So,
Could you get it? Maybe you should get a big ruler, Cheryl. The ruler that you've got is so big. It's like huge. All right, we're not being very mature. Go.
No.
Let's go.
okay. So, recapping, because I think I got
We've got a little bit
halfway
lost
through.
there.
So you've fused the two pieces of paper on
Yep.
really, really well.
Yep.
You've let it cool.
Yep. Peeled the.
Peeled the paper backing off.
Yep.
Okay, gently. And then you put the other piece of fabric on top.
Yep.
Wrong sides together.
Yep.
And iron that.
Iron it. Yep.
And that's what you end up with, is a piece that big.
Excellent. And that is essentially that pattern piece that you've got over there, cut out twice, put together with the heat and bond, draw fusible web, join together, and we are good to go.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So then, get your ruler and mark 6.5 inches.
Yep.
From one end.
Yep.
And then, just recapping again, don't use directional fabric.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's all up and down.
Just use pattern fabric for this one, right? But not like if all the cactuses are going one direction, that's no good.
That's correct.
Yep.
And then 12 and 3/4 inches from that end 12 3/4 inches, and from the same end 6.5 inches.
Okay, so recapping, 6.5, 12 1/4.
3/4.
12, 6.5 and 12 3/4.
3/4.
And you're going to put a mark.
Yes.
Right.
So that's what this side's got.
Oh, you did.
One mark there. One
Excellent.
mark there.
Cool.
So then,
I might just move this out of the way because it's hard to see what's going on there. Yep, cool. Go.
so the 6.5, you fold like that,
Yep.
and then the 12 3/4 you fold up like that.
So if we turn it this way a bit, people can sort of see the angle that you just went on. So go for it again.
So 6.5.
Yep.
Fold it like that,
Yep.
and then fold it back on itself.
Over the 12 3/4 mark.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what we want on this side is just 1/4 inch of the bottom one.
Just sticking out. So
Sticking
it's not
out.
lined up neatly. If you've lined it up neatly, you've done it wrong.
That's
Rewind
correct.
the video and check your measurements again. Right, yep,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's most important. Okay. Then the other, excuse me, that's the other pattern piece that you get.
Yes,
And then you cut that out all nice and neatly.
lovely.
Now I've got a frog. And then we need to put that on there and trace it.
Okay, so which way have you got that folded? So you've got it folded.
So that little flap is on the top,
Yep.
and
The uneven edge is...
yeah, so the fold is on the bottom, and the raw edge that's poking out the 1/4 inch is on top.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
If we had 10 people watching it, there's only 7, which means 3 people didn't think we were funny and they just left. No, they had something happen. They were going to go cook
Googling
dinner. Googling Henry is what they do. Okay. We just activated Google. Don't say anything because she'll do something I don't want to do. All right, go.
So then put your template down, and I've got the bottom of that template on the fold.
Lined up with the fold, and you can feel that with your finger. Right,
Okay,
there.
yes.
Like that, yep, cool.
Yep. Then you trace around that.
Right.
Now, because I have a dark colour and I wanted a fine line, I chose to use my white pen.
I just happen to have one here in a packet, Cheryl.
Oh.
It's amazing. I got to say that these white pens are the sort of thing that you can have 12 marking pens and still not have all the pens that you need. There's a pen for all sorts of
Yes,
things.
there
These
is.
are like $10, $10.60, I think. But these are really good marking pens, and you know I love Clover stuff. So they're good stuff. So,
Yes, and they iron away.
so what? You don't have to wash them off. You can
You
just
don't
iron
have to wash them off. No.
Oh.
So I traced this like 2 weeks ago, and unlike the air erasable,
Yeah, there's a lot of-
again serves their purpose.
Yeah, that's great. Nice, clear. And
It's
it's nice
still
and clear
there.
too. You can see it.
Yeah, and it's still the same. So
Right.
it's only a faint mark, but it's enough to see.
And I will say, some people when they get them, you draw on it and nothing comes out right away. It takes a second for it to sort of.
Yeah, so if I do that,
You can't see anything, but then as it
and then it
dries
pops up
and
and that's-
evaporates, the
and that's what
line.
it. Yeah,
comes
so
out,
don't
yeah.
think that it's broken at
No,
first.
that's it.
But the other good thing that I've got is this, also,
I love that thing.
which Penelope sells in her
I
shop.
do. And also, too, I've got those other quilter rulers too, which are really good. Those are quarter quilter rulers.
Oh yes, they're just that a little bit wider.
Yeah.
So whatever your combination you use, like if
Yep.
I had light fabric, you could use your blue marker, or if you're doing it straight away, your air erasable
Yep.
marker or whatever ruler. But I like this little one for little jobs because you can just go like that.
And that's what you're doing that again, just to show how to get a straight line. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my straight line because I'm pushing up against paper.
Yeah.
Then when I got to these guys, I put my ruler across and I went like that and like that. So I knew that they were in line with each other.
Oh, nice and neat. I was
Yeah.
reading the screen and you were down here and I was looking up there. So it's
Because you don't want your tree lopsided because you know paper's moved or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I've ended up with.
beautiful. And that's what it looks like there.
Yes.
Excellent.
And then we just sew around it like we did
Dirt work. Let's get it.
on the placemat.
Watch out. Whee. Like that.
Yeah.
So you're going for the same feel. So you're going to do the same thing. Now, metallic thread again?
Yes. Yes. So again, because it's Christmas, and if you can't use metallic thread at Christmas time,
When can you use it? That's right. Okay, cool.
So metallic in the top,
Yep.
and then just your normal resont thread in
Yep.
the bottom,
Yep.
and open toe foot.
So I think we talked about open toe last time. I love an open toe because it gives you a clear view of what's going on.
Yes.
If you don't have an open toe, normal foot?
Yes.
You don't need your satin stitch foot for this one, do you?
Your satin stitch foot is an advantage because it's usually a little bit clear in the middle.
you
It's
can
got
see?
that clear window. But it depends what your normal foot's better.
Better
because
purchase.
Yes, it holds your fabric down flat. But if you don't have that visibility...
And so are you sewing through the fabric underneath at the moment? Are you just sort of
Yes.
catching that under there?
So I'm sewing through all layers.
Do you reckon we could just snip that and just show people underneath? You don't care if we snip it, do you? To go to
do that.
this one? Chop it with a chopper? Yeah. And then...
So that's the
you've
fold.
just caught
so
the
it's
fold.
important to catch the fold.
Yeah. Yep.
So
beautiful.
make sure you're on the
Cool.
fold.
Alrighty. Let's go, baby. Alright, and are you going to sew around the whole thing?
I'm not. I'm just going to sew half,
Good.
stopping.
Because I can ad-lib for the whole thing if you want, Cheryl. But...
Oh, now last time we talked about the needles
Yep.
and the importance of top stitch needles. So you could just chat about that while I continue to sew. Do you want me to open it up?
No, you sew. I think we all agree it's important that you sew while I can do it one-handed. So these are top stitch needles. Actually, sorry. Yes, I'll just talk about top stitch needles. I'll go across. So see there's top stitch needles here, and if I hold them up to the camera real close, where's the camera? There it is there. Do you guys see how big the eye of that top stitch needle is? There we go. So it's actually got a larger eye, so it's designed to use for extra strong threads and things like that, and for using metallics there's less drag on the actual thread, so you get less friction, so you get less broken threads. You will sometimes, if you use metallics, have to fight with broken threads.
Yeah.
The other trick is to have it spool off. So this machine, it spools off from the top like that. That's sort of standard with this machine. If you can have it spool up and across, then it's less likely to break. Highly recommend a freestanding thread stand that costs about $12 and you put it beside your machine and it goes up and across rather than just pulling
just like
across.
that,
Because what breaks metallic threads is the needle, and when it comes off the thing, it twists as it comes off, and then those twists become knots in the tension and it breaks. Cool? Did I do it?
Yep.
Oh, look at me go. All right.
Now you were going to mention that other thing.
Oh, which one? Hey, what's the thing? What's it? Oh, yes. So, first of all, we should talk about stitch break for next month. What date did we say, Cheryl? Stitch break next
1st of
month.
December.
So we are absolutely set in stone, going to both be here on the 1st of December, and we're going to do stitch break then, which is Thursday night, so that everyone can make their set of 3 for Christmas and whatnot. Cool? And then we decided we might do because we've got such loyal people who buy the patterns every month. Yes. And people who buy the patterns for their friends rather than just sharing it with their friends, which I just super duper love. So what we thought we would do is for our ladies who buy the patterns, is that what you said?
Yeah.
We're going to do a sewing day, so you can come in the shop and sew. So that will be Friday the
9th.
I just want to say that my whole life working with Cheryl, I've never had to write a date down. She always remembers, and I just defer to her. So Friday the 9th, yeah?
Yes.
And that's going to be 9:30 to 12:30. You will pre-cut your stuff at home.
Yeah.
Come in and sew here.
We've got limited space, so if you pre-cut, that'll be good.
Yep, beautiful. And then we're going to ask for we get people to bring $10 and put it in a jar
Yes.
for Carol's Christmas fund for the local people.
Carol does a lot of charity work for
Yep.
the local community, so
Yep.
we thought if you want to
If you want to
contribute
come,
that.
if you want to come, can you please message us on Facebook so that I can control the bookings? And then we only have places for 6 people is what we can fit in.
Yes.
So if you want to come, book soon. And speaking of Carol's little community group does food parcels and food baskets and stuff for people in need, families in need at Christmas. It is 100% local. It goes to local families and probably people you see in the walking past you in the shops. And they every year we're like a donation base, so you can bring stuff in and Carol will collect it all. If you can bring it by like the 10th of December, and then they collect it all and make baskets. And
bring it to the shop.
yeah, bring it to the shop. Yeah,
Carol will
so
pick it up when she's here.
Yep. So, and any of the non-perishable stuff, and also you're good. Yep, I gotcha. Non-perishable stuff, and also like toothbrushes and shampoo and that sort of thing as well. Is what she puts in those baskets. So if you'd like to bring something, and that's where the money will go to on the as well, because we always donate something too. But it'd be good if people could bring stuff in, and we get people bringing big baskets and stuff. So it'd be really cool if you could contribute to that too. Alrighty, so let's have a look. Now, did you have sharper scissors than that? Because they are. Oh, Shez. Here, just hold this. Here, hold
No, it's
this.
all right.
Are you really going to persevere? They're like Michael's chop up rags in the workshop
Yeah,
scissors.
but I couldn't find any.
Okay, just hold this. Hold
No,
this
it's
camera.
fine. It's fine.
Okay,
It's fine.
Fine.
So now I'm
Yep.
just cutting.
I can't watch.
There's a lot of layers here, which is why I'm struggling. And ideally you'd cut a little bit closer, but I'm not going to. So this is about 1/8 of an inch away from that seam.
Right. You sure you want me to go? Okay, just persevere, Cheryl. You just be stubborn and you do it. Go.
Well, I think that's probably
Yeah.
seen enough.
Yeah, that's great. So you cut all the way around the edges. Snip.
And done.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Oh, that's amazing. So you go like this. Oh, yeah, you wrecked the surprise. There you go. It's finished. Done.
It's finished.
That's
Yes.
it. That's probably the fastest project I think we've ever done for Stitch Break.
It is.
Really clever the
Yes.
way you folded that, Cheryl, so that that can then tuck into there for your cutlery. So we can put cutlery in. There you go. And so as far as this is concerned, you don't have to put heat-proof stuff or anything in there. It's just for decorating. There we go. Henry can go in there. I love that project. Okay.
Yeah.
So do we show people what we're doing next month, or are we keeping a secret? Secret.
Well, we'll keep it a secret.
Yeah, like a cliffhanger.
But it's to go. Goes next to the placemat.
Yep. Let's do it.
The one next month goes on top of the placemat. Just sits across there.
Something for and it'll be the same as this. Same thing.
Yep, same fabrics.
You know, we had a lot of people last time commenting on this fabric, but I think this might have been stuff that we got from Sew This and
We
That
got that from
years
Sew This and
ago,
That.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I would like to take a minute to say about fabric. If you just, Spotlight's great, and you can get cool fabric from Spotlight, it's cool. But if you haven't been to an actual patchwork fabric shop in a while, get 2 of your friends, 3 of your friends together and plan a road trip. Off the top of my head, you've got that Make It Hobby and Sew at Boondle has tons of really nice stuff. Where'd you go recently?
Butterfly Stitches.
Butterfly Stitches.
Yeah. Albany Creek.
And what's
is
that one up the
beautiful.
coast in the church up at, I want to say Patchwork Angel. I always get it wrong. But
Heavenly Patchwork.
is it?
No, Patchwork Angel.
Up the top, up the coast. But honestly, every now and again, go and check out a patchwork shop because they have the really nice Christmas fabrics and the
Yeah.
really good quality. But not just quality, but
And-
the prints are nice. They're not just Santa on a reindeer.
That's
or whatnot.
right.
Yeah.
They're more mature.
Yeah, yeah.
For the mature woman.
Oh, mature. That's exactly
and
right.
also they don't fray as much.
No, and they're actually much easier to sew. They don't stretch. They don't fray. Alrighty. Well, I think that's it.
Yes.
Early finish tonight. So thank you very much for
Absolutely.
watching. Could you please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it? Share it with your friends. Give me about half an hour and I'll set the link up into the description so that you can go ahead and buy this next pattern piece. And then we will see you guys by hook or by crook, Cheryl.
Absolutely.
Fire, flood, theft. We're going to be right here no matter what.
Yes. On the 1st of
1st of December, 7 p.m. All right,
Yes.
Cheryl, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.